Let me ask you something that most people are afraid to say out loud in church. Why does the guy who lies, cheats, and steps on everyone around him drive a nicer car than you? Why does the woman who wants nothing to do with God seem to have a perfect family, perfect health, perfect life, while you, someone who prays, who tries, who genuinely loves God, are barely holding it together? If you've ever thought that, you're not a bad Christian, you're an honest one. And today, we're going to go there. No sugarcoating, no empty, just trust God platitudes. Let's actually talk about this. The prophet Jeremiah, a man who suffered enormously despite his faithfulness, asked God this exact question. He said, "Why does the way of the wicked prosper? Why do all the faithless live at ease?" Jeremiah 12:1. This isn't a new crisis of faith. This question is ancient. And the fact that it's sitting in your Bible means God isn't offended that you're asking it. He's waiting for you to. Here's the first thing we need to understand. We are watching a movie, but we keep pausing it in the middle and judging the ending. When you see a wicked person thriving, you're seeing a moment. God is seeing a lifetime, and not just a lifetime, an eternity. Think about it this way. Imagine you're watching someone sprint at full speed in the first mile of a marathon. They're ahead of everyone. They look unstoppable. You might think they've already won, but anyone who knows marathons knows burning everything in mile 1 is actually a disaster waiting to happen. The blessings some people receive in this life are, sometimes, the fullness of what they will ever get. Jesus actually said this about hypocrites who sought public praise. They have received their reward in full. Matthew 6:2. That's not a compliment. That's a warning. Now flip it. When a faithful person suffers, that suffering is not the final word. It's often the process. Gold doesn't become gold by sitting on a shelf. It goes through fire. And God, who sees beyond this 80-year window we call life, is doing something in you that can't be done in comfort. Romans 8:18 puts it plainly. The sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory that will be revealed in us. That's not dismissing your pain. That's contextualizing it. Here's the second angle, and this one might challenge you a little. God gave every human being free will, and free will is a package deal. You don't get a world where people can genuinely choose love, goodness, and God without also having a world where people can choose greed, cruelty, and selfishness. And here's the hard truth. The consequences of other people's free will can land on you. The corrupt boss who fires good employees, that's free will. The drunk driver who hits an innocent family, that's free will. A broken system built by selfish hands over generations, free will. God doesn't puppet master every outcome to make sure the righteous always win on earth. If he did, free will wouldn't be real. It would be theater. But, and this is crucial, God is not absent from your suffering. He is present in it. There's a difference between God causing your pain and God meeting you in your pain. The God of the Bible is consistently the second one. Think of Joseph, sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused, thrown in prison. By every earthly measure, a man abandoned by God. But the story doesn't end there. Years later, Joseph looks at the very brothers who betrayed him and says, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50:20. God wasn't the author of the betrayal, but he was the author of the redemption. If you're watching this right now and you're in that place, where you've been doing everything right and life still feels like it's punishing you, I want to speak directly to you. Your faithfulness is not invisible, not to God. Every prayer you've prayed in a dark room when nobody was watching, he saw it. Every time you chose integrity when dishonesty would have been easier, he saw it. Every tear, every night you couldn't sleep, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't, he saw it. The wicked may seem to win the moment, but you are being built for something that outlasts every moment. Psalm 73 is one of the most raw, honest passages in the entire Bible. The writer admits he was envious of the wicked. He almost lost his faith watching them prosper. But then he says, "When I tried to understand all this, it troubled me deeply, till I entered the sanctuary of God. Then I understood their final destiny." Perspective changes everything. You are not losing. You are in a process that wicked people who chase earthly reward will never experience. You are being shaped. You are being trusted. And the God who holds eternity in his hands has not forgotten your name. So don't trade your eternal reward for someone else's temporary one.